digestion and absorption of materials with such a short digestive tract. Oh, look at fish.
Oh, yummy.
It ate a full fish. Fish head.
Mm.
I found 2 isopods in mine on last Tuesday when I was cutting it up. I couldn't wait. Look at those nails. It does not look like sushi. Okay. Alright, so now I'm cutting through the pyloric sphincter and going into the duodenum, or small intestine. I'm cutting with the blunt end of my scissors in so I don't ruin anything, well, as much as I can. There are reasons why I'm not a medical doctor. Use dull scissors. I'm impatient. I can't be responsible for life. Alright, so now I'm cutting into the rectum. And the rectum dumps into the party hole, right? Rectum.
Is it always going to be pink? Like the
What?
rectum?
Oh, no, no, no.
Okay.
That's just from blood vessels that probably burst. Okay, so look. Here we have the esophagus. Look, it looks like really bad shed carpeting.
It really does.
So gross, right? All right, so these little extensions are called esophageal papillae. So each papillus increases the surface area for digestion and absorption. So that big fish is all pretty well digested. It's really soft. Yep. Oh, there's other stuff in there too. I love this. Sorry. It's the egg of something. Yes. It's that expensive sturgeon Russian caviar. Okay, so here we are, J-shaped stomach. We can tell this is the stomach up here. So we start to see the transition between the esophageal papillae, and then there's these folds. These are called rugae of the stomach. So our stomachs are also rugose. That means they can expand. If you eat a lot, like I do, your rugae have expanded and distended and will not snap back without surgery. All right, so here we get to the end of where those rugae are, and the small intestine is not very exciting. Okay, it's just a place where the pancreas dumps digestive juices in. But when we get to the large intestine / spiral intestine / valvular intestine, look at how fancy this is. Okay, so each of these stripes here has a couple of blood vessels on it, and those blood vessels bring blood to and then take away nutrients that's being absorbed in each of these valves. So these are called spiral valves because they're round, they're like twisty like this. And the spiral valves help compartmentalize this large intestine so that there's a lot of surface area for food to break down and be absorbed. So look at what it looks like at the start here. It looks like ground up fish. And then by the end, it's poop. See? So in each of these valves, each of these chambers, we're getting a little bit more and more digestion done. So by the end, there's just waste product. Okay? So that is your digestive tract.
Can you show the sphincter and the pancreas again for me?
Okay, so the sphincter, see these rugae here? They're just gonna end. See that? This is the muscle right here. It's just the border between the rugae in the stomach and this small intestine. The pancreas, the anterior lobe, is just on top of that. So it's this thing right here. We can peel it up away from the small intestine. So see, it's separate. And then the posterior lobe is this giant lobe. Looks like a finger. If we look at it from, it's if I spread apart the stomach and the spiral intestine, I can see, see.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we have our greater omentum, that big mesentery. We have the lesser omentum. We have the gastrosplenic ligament. And I forgot to show you guys the anterior of the liver here. I broke it. So usually there's a ligament that attaches the top or the anterior of the liver to the ventral body wall, which is a really strange attachment. Usually things aren't attached to the ventral body wall, and that's called the falciform ligament, but I'll show you guys on another one. So look at, so this shark, what is this shark? What sex is it?
Female.
Female. Okay, so let's move all the guts to this side. All right, so look at this. See, look at this. It's got a bunch of round things in it. What do you think that is?
Ovaries.
Ovaries. Look at how far anterior they are, right? So the ovaries will develop from outpocketings of the anterior portion of the kidney. So the kidney in sharks is in a little thing, that kidney bean-shaped organ on the dorsal body wall. The kidney of the shark runs all the way from the cloaca along the body wall. So can you kind of see how little darkish it is right here? I'm going to peel this away, and you can kind of see these little dark stripes. It's just very, very subtle. Maybe about a half an inch right here. These are the kidneys, and they run all the way up. They're very, come here. See these little, yeah, it's just little. Okay, so those are the kidneys. The apex, or the anterior of the kidney, that is where these gonads develop. So the ovaries are here. The ovaries are connected to the dorsal body wall by this membrane called the mesovarium. In males, what do males have? Testes. Testes. Okay, it's spelled T-E-S-T-E-S. One is T-E-S-T-I-S. Okay, and plural is not T-E-S-T-I-E-S. Those are tiny tests, like quizzes. So, it's a little pet peeve of mine. Okay, so look, here's my ovary, and there's a tube leading from the ovary to this big chamber here. What is that tube, do you think? The oviduct? Oviduct? Look, there's one on each side. All right, so these big chambers here, those are the uterine horns. So they're the shark, like, I'm going to compare it to a placental mammal. Like a dog can have a litter. Sharks also have litters of pups because they have two horns of the uterus. It's called a bicornate uterus. Cornate meaning horn. So this bicornate uterus comes together like a Y, where the base of the Y is called the body of the uterus. And then everything else opens up into the particle. Okay? So let's see what's inside.
How many pups can fit in there?
They can have up to 12, from what I remember. Maybe
set or total?
No, total.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I read on
Well,
the
their gestation is 2 years.